All you coin collectors out there, and welcome to another joint video between the DC Coin World International Coin Channel and the United Kingdom Coin World Coin Channel. And this, of course, is a United Kingdom coin. And we're going to be doing a number of joint videos between DC Coin and United Kingdom Coin World just to get United Kingdom Coin World off the ground. And then we're really going to focus on United Kingdom coins on that channel. Now, this is, of course, a half crown from 1967. And let's start with the front of it. And it says, Elizabeth II Dea Gratia Regina. Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen. And we see that this is the Mary Gillick portrait. And we see this one is kind of scratched up. This coin has not been circulated, but it has been treated pretty badly, and maybe it actually came out of the mint with these scratches. Sometimes they do, and we certainly have plenty of US half dollars we see all these scratches on, or maybe you got these scratches later. But whatever the cause, this is has a nice toning to it. It's a huge kind of heavy coin. So the half crowns with Queen Elizabeth on them were made between 1954 and 1970 with this setup. In 1953, they did issue a half crown, but that one had the Brit Omni on it, or Queen of all Britons on it. And after 1953, the first year of the coin, they took that off. So this coin was in circulation between 1954 and 1970. They actually demonetized this coin in 1970. And there's something kind of cool about this coin, and that is that they didn't make any for general circulation after 1967. This coin in 1967, they made 33 million. There is a 1970 version of this coin, but it only came out in proof sets. And they made 750,000 proof sets for 1970 of the half crown. We tip it up, we see that it is has a reeded rim. And then we get to the back and we see like the super magnificent engraving that's on the back here. And when we look at this engraving, we see that it has a lot of stuff on it. So let's just start at the top and say, this is a crowned shield. So here's the crown, here's the shield. It says Fid Def on it, or Defender of the Faith. It has these crosses here. And then down here it says half crown 1967. Well, some people wonder, first off, what's a half crown? And that is kind of a weird thing in itself. So this particular coin here was worth 1/8 of a British pound. So what's 1/8 of a British pound? Well, here's 1/8 of a British pound. 2 shillings and 6 pence were 1/8 of a British pound. So this coin was worth these two coins. And you can kind of see why when we start going through this, they changed to decimalization where they would have coins that were worth 1/2 and 1/10 and 1/100 of a pound rather than 1/8 or some other kind of fractional amount. This coin, if we magnify it, you'll just see just how great it is. You see the 3 lions lying down here, and that is in both this quadrant and this quadrant of the shield. In this quadrant of the shield, you'll see the lion rampant, or standing up and roaring. And then down here, you'll see a harp. Well, the harp's the easy one, right? That's for Northern Ireland, the Irish part of the United Kingdom. Up here, the roaring standing lion rampant, that's for Scotland. And the 3 lions lying down, or lion supin, here and here stand for England. These coins did not have a Wales section to them because this is a royal shield and it didn't have Wales on it at that time. Of course, Wales was part of Great Britain and is part of the United Kingdom. It just wasn't on this shield. We see the huge E here and an R here. and that is this E and this R stand for this E, Elizabeth, and this R, Regina, or Queen. So this is the royal shield with her initials on this, and this is something that you'll see on some of the other British coins, particularly on coins with her father's initials on them. And on his, it will say GR, Georgius Rex. And he was, of course, George VI. So Elizabeth Regina, ER. And then if we go way, way down here, and let's see if we can magnify it so you can see it. We see these little tiny initials here. And this is the EF, or Edgar Fuller, who was one of the engravers of this coin. And this is the CT for Cecil Thomas, who was the other engraver. So EF and CT were the engravers of the back of this coin, but frequently when you look through literature, you'll only see Cecil Thomas as the engraver of the back, and you won't see the Edgar Fuller. But both of these men were the engraver of the back. And of course, in the front, we see no initials at all, but we know this is the Mary Gillick first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which came out first in 1953 with the laureate head and the ribbons coming out of her hair. How big a coin is this? Well, it's pretty huge. It weighs 14.14 grams, is 32.3 millimeters in diameter, and 2.2 millimeters in thickness. It was demonetized on December 31st, 1969. So this coin itself was not in circulation at all, but the circulating versions of this coin only were good for about 3 years. And then in 1970, when Britain fully embraced decimalization, this coin went by the wayside. But something interesting happened, and that is they kept the 6 pence. So they kept the 6 pence coin because the calculations allowed them to keep using the 6 pence when they had the halfpenny and new penny. They could this still converted. So they kept the 6 pence for years after decimalization, and they got rid of the poor half crown on the second that decimalization became finalized. All right, that's all we have today from the United Kingdom coin world and from the DC coin world. Have a great day, and we'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.